Today we are working on a DIY papercraft project, a shabby chic fall sign. Let's get one more project in for the fall season. This is a design team project for Reneabouquets.com. But first, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda. If this is your first time here and you don't want to miss out on any further DIY craft videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell for future updates from my channel, Faith Chick 777's DIY by Design. Now let's get started. So what I've got here, this is just a sign that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I got about 4 or 5 of them. I thought they were super cute with the little knobs on them and just the right real estate for small projects. What I'm going to do is paint the perimeter of the project with some heavy black gesso by Prima Marketing, and I also paint around the edges and the back. I'm using a pounce brush and pouncing that on so it gives it some nice texture versus just a regular paintbrush and painting it on. And then I'll use my heat tool to dry that really quickly. I'm also going to do the same to this wood piece, which I'm going to be using in the project as well. Later, or in a minute, you'll see I'll bring that main piece up and you'll see the paper tore off the front, because I realized as I was using the gesso on it that the paper edges kind of stuck off the edge a little bit, and I didn't like that, so I peeled up as much of it as I could. And now I'm just kind of putting the hanger back onto the project. And this is just some old paper from my stash. I don't even think the paper company's in business anymore, and then just some Prima Marketing paper here from my stash as well. And I've sewed around the edges with my sewing machine. I like to do that for some soft, subtle texture. Of course, you don't have to do that if you want to try something like this, but I do recommend maybe trying to add texture with scissors like I'm doing here. You just take the sharp edge of the scissor blades and you scrape it along the edge of the paper, and it distresses it, it adds texture. It's real easy to do, and I think you'll just kind of like it. I think once you try it, you'll keep on doing it, and you can do it as heavy or as light as you want to do it. And sometimes it'll even rip the paper a little bit, you know, when I've done it for projects, but I don't mind that. It just ends or adds more to the shabby chic feel. So I'm just marking the paper here where I need to punch a hole on it. And then we'll go ahead and glue it onto the sign. I'm using Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. You can find that at all the major craft stores as well as Walmart. I love this glue. It dries very quickly and it'll hold anything. And I'll let you watch for the next 5 minutes as I add glue to the back of this paper. I'm just kidding. It does take a while. Get this glued on. See how that paper looks really nice against where we just added black gesso around the edges? It's perfect. And then we'll get this little knob back on. I think this little knob's cute. Again, adds some more texture. You could choose to cover that whole thing up without the knob, of course, if you wanted. And we'll add some paper to this wood piece. It's a double-sided paper here, as you can see. Of course, we're not going to use that side. We're going to go with kind of olives and kind of brownish orange tones. It's not a real orange, but brownish oranges. I realized as I was gluing that down that my paper's a little bit too big. I wanted some black edges to show, but I'm a little impatient, so I'm cutting the edges off as not to disturb my sewing area. With my paper cutter while the glue is still wet. I don't recommend it because now I have to sit and try and get all that glue off of it. Just a little, you know, bit of advice for you. Wait till the glue dries a second. It really doesn't take that long. Distress the edges again since I recut it a little bit. And then we're also going to be using, to finish my other thought, the dark olives, kind of this orangey brown tone, and some creams for this fall project. There, see, now it looks a little bit better and it's better on that project. So here's a Reneabouquets Beautiful Board Laser Cut Chipboard product. This is a stackable heart ATC tag. They come in a set of 2. Just adding some paper to the front of that. This is Reneabouquets Beautiful Board Laser Cut Chipboard Grid Elements. I've just showed you the whole piece. I've already pre-cut a couple of pieces off of that. I'm going to add it under my wood tag here. I'll call it a wood tag, I guess. And since this beautiful board is very thick, it's about the thickness of a nickel, I believe, I need to cut, yeah, super thick. It makes this chipboard very, very, very sturdy, almost like wood. Since it's so thick, I have to cut some cardboard. I use cardboard often in my layering to help take up the space of the thickness of this beautiful board. It's very, very good quality. Renee does a beautiful job with this laser cut chipboard. She does make it all in-house with a secret recipe that none of us know anything about. Just measuring to make sure I've got it straight. Can't stand something when it's crooked. I'm going to add in a couple of metal little frames from my stash here. Another piece of the laser cut chipboard grid element to help complement the one at the top. And then another piece of cardboard to offset the thickness of both of those. One more metal frame from my stash. And then we'll add that stackable heart ATC tag right on top. We're layering up. Layering up. Those of you who've been with me a while know how I love to layer. I'm going to add this Prima Marketing resin frame. This is just from my stash. Right on top. We're going to add in Reneabouquets beautiful board laser cut chipboard. This is a Victorian scroll frame in the tiny size. I love how the beautiful board pieces come in lots of sizes: tiny, small, medium, large, some even extra large, to suit all your crafting needs. These are some Reneabouquets mulberry flowers. These are in dark olive. These are in winter white. These are Reneabouquets beautiful board laser cut chipboard beautiful bits skeleton leaves, showing you some product here we're going to be using. This is the Fancy Fall tuck-ins, a set of 23. We're going to be using some leaves from those. Of course, my set's probably now about a set of 10. And these are some beautiful board laser cut chipboard elegant ivory flourish pattern. All those pieces come in the set. We're going to use one of those. And this is Beautiful Words, Sweet as Honey. This is in the small size. I'll be using the word sweet. And now we'll start, actually, forgot. I wanted to get this elegant ivy flourish pattern in there. So off camera, I had to take this whole ensemble off the top and cut away the cardboard I put underneath there so that I can slide my elegant ivory flourish pattern in. But of course, I mean, I set that frame back on top and it was already drying, so you see me where I had to like take a tiny screwdriver and lift it back up to slide that in. Good glue. But what matters here is the prettiness of these mulberry flowers. I'm telling you, they're just gorgeous. You won't be disappointed with the mulberry flowers from Reneabouquets. They are all unique. They are unique in color. Renee does them herself. Another in-house secret. These other flowers are just some flowers from my stash. And then some of these little pieces here I'm adding in are also just from my stash. You definitely need to check out the mulberry flowers right now. Renee just added some new colors. I'm a little disappointed because one of the colors perfectly matches that orangey brown color I've got down there. I mean, perfectly, called Cinnamon and Sugar. Gorgeous. I wished I had had those for this project, but nonetheless, it's still pretty with the colors I've got now. Adding in some of the leaves from the fall tuck-in sets, adding them right in the middle of my flowers here. Adds a nice texture. A little break from my voice as I glue flowers down. That little wood tag there is just for placement right now. I will be covering that up. I'll pull it off here in just a second. I'm adding another little, it's a little mini rose from the dark olive set of those mulberry flowers. And here's another flower from that set. So we're going to take the twine off of this little tag. These are little mini wood ornaments I got at Walmart. I love the shape of them, just that rectangle. They're perfect for titles on projects. So we're going to get this glued down and start adding our title in. After we add a couple more flowers. Can't have enough flowers. And some skeleton leaves. Beautiful board, beautiful bits skeleton leaves. These are so delicate. I love them tucked in amongst the little petals of the flowers. Okay, now we'll start on the title. These are just wood letters from my stash from Prima Marketing. I'm going to put the word fall here. And as soon as everything is perfectly straight and to my liking, we'll add the Reneabouquets beautiful word sweet right in front of that. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I know it. Here comes the sweet word. I love the juxtaposition of that script next to the just print of those capital letters. We're going to add some of these cute acorns in here from the Fancy Fall set. I love the cute acorns. There's a couple of designs in the set. I haven't got to the corn on the cob yet, but I just love this whole set. That's why my set of 23 is now about a set of, well, it was a set of 10. I've used about 4 more pieces from it. Now I've got about a set of 6. Okay, I'm using Prima Marketing 3D matte gel here. And I'm going to add in just some clear sequins and some mini art stones from Prima Marketing. Just add some more kind of fall-like texture to this project. And then I'll even add in just some single sequins. It's kind of like a golden brown shade to kind of match kind of the gold color in the middle of some of those flowers here. Just to kind of bring that color up as well. You know, the colors of greens and oranges and golds of fall, just perfectly together. Here comes some of those. This 3D matte gel is just kind of like a glue that dries really clear. It holds everything. You could use something like just regular glue or a Mod Podge, something like that. But, you know, this is nice that it dries clear and it will hold this stuff on. Just a few of those. I don't want to overload it with this color. I'm not a real big gold person, but this gold's okay because it's kind of a off gold, orangey, kind of brownish tone. Now I'm just shaking off the excess into a splatter pan. And then we're going to finish it up with some Reneabouquets magical miniature butterflies. These are called Delicate Beauty. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I will have everything down below to Reneabouquets, as well as all the product that I used on this project, links to the product. I will also have all my links to my social media down below. Come follow me on Instagram and Pinterest. Come follow me on my blog. Check out the Reneabouquets blog. You'll find other artists from the design team, their work there. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.